Hey guys, so I'm kind of driving around and I'm seeing a lot of people, like there's nothing wrong with you being in your car and not wearing your mask. That's fine. Or if you're with a couple people, but from the time you gotta step out to go into the public, we gotta wear our mask, guys. We gotta wear a mask. We gotta have the feeling for each other and the concern of each other. We have to be at this point in time in our life where we're more of a selfless person, right? We gotta stop being this selfish. Everything is about me, everything is about I. It's what I think that I should do or what I think that I should not do because of my feelings or my ego. So we have to help each other. It's like God help those who help themselves. So as much as the administration of whether it's the government or just at the state levels trying to put things in place to us, we have to help them help us. We can't just stand by and be crying and saying that they're not doing sufficient. What is there, or what does you consider sufficient when you're not doing your part? You're claiming that they're in K or they're only targeting one set of area, but you're saying this, but you're not helping yourself. So you have to help yourself. There's no such thing as a perfect world. Nothing in this world is perfect. Absolutely nothing. Whether it is ourselves as a human being or whether it is something that we create or manufacture. A ruler supposed to be a level something, very much level. And within that ruler there is faults. Trust me, within your naked eyes you can see it. But there is some chip, some dent, some indentment, something properly. One side of the coat of the paint went on, probably within the centimeter. Some one of the centimeter have a little longer part and stuff. It has a fault. So within our world, we're gonna encounter ups and downs, but we have to know how to deal with them, and we have to be resilient about it. We're fighters. We are fighters. We don't just stand by and tuck in our tail and allow things to happen to us. We gotta keep pushing on in life, but we have to help ourselves. In order to be helped, like seriously, you have to help yourself. You cannot succeed in life if you're literally going to sit back. That is as simple as it is, especially if you're literally nowhere or you're starting off. You can't be down and you're crying and you want someone to help you up, but then you're not making that effort to help yourself up, right? So that is life. It is life. It is what it is at the present moment. We're gonna get through this, but we have to play our part. We have a major role to play as society, right? Don't get me wrong, I know it is very much hard. It is so hard right now for you to be indoor because you're not accustomed to it. It is one thing of you putting that restriction on yourself other than when someone is putting it on you. So that's why most of us are finding it difficult, and as well as the fact of, I think we find it hard as well because we think we're grown. We think that we're grown and we shouldn't be told what to do. But then if common sense prevail on what you're supposed to be doing and you're not doing it, then you gotta be told what to do. It is simple and straightforward. It is not rocket science. Your parents right? You're supposed to be taking out the garbage. You're supposed to be assisting with the dishes. However, you're not doing it, then mom and dad has to come and tell you to do it. That's how life goes. You're not wearing mask. You don't want to wear mask. The personal hygiene part is on you, but we're speaking about you having an interaction or coming in contact with the public. If you don't want to do it off your own, and then you're not doing what is required of you or what common sense is prevailing you to do, then that's where the administration has to impose certain things on us. But the only way that we can get through this is both hands has to clap. Seriously, this one hand can't clap. We have to get two hands. So we have to be on the same page in order for this to work. Right? It was working, but then we tend to get complacent. That's basically life. It's life. We can't run away from the fact. As the minute we see progress in something, we tend to fall back. And that is what most of us have not succeed, because believe it or leave it, there is something called near success syndrome. Right? It's basically you're attempting to do something, you want to achieve it, but you never get to that full extent of where you see this thing through. So in order for you to see through, you have to press on until the end. Right? It is much harder to do than to say, because anyone or anything can be said out your mouth, but then putting it into action and seeing it right through, that is where that determination or that self-discipline has to come in. There are certain simple things in life that are key, as well as being being successful or just being humble. Very simple things. Self-discipline is one, self-motivation is one, self-confidence is one. We tend to have this thing that we think that the public has an influence on us, or society rather to say, but you have to have that own influence on yourself. You have to have that own influence on yourself. Like I said, we think we're grown, but we're not acting grown. So we gotta do what we have to do and play our part in this society to help the ones that are leading us in the administration to help us, right? We as an individual help ourselves and they help us, right? So let's do what we have to do, guys. Let's do what we have to do.